Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some pretty big news to go talk about on the Xbox side before we go into the weekend. This weekend, we'll also have some pretty fun, cool videos too as well, so stay tuned for that. But we have number one, the brand new Xbox handheld has now been officially leaked over here too. And on top of that, a lot of people are very upset right now with the current state of Xbox, where it seems like some developers are not even working on making games anymore. Now, there is a few caveats to that, and I think a lot of people are kind of calling it out on the statement itself for a little bit of factualities issues in it, give or take, mainly because Xbox is a live platform. There's millions of users, and even Game Pass itself, although may sometimes hurt games, is still I think a net positive for most game providers, such as some big games even like Clear 33 also stating that like it actually helped out for promotion and people checking out the game and all that. So we have a lot of things to go talk about over here, some good, some bad. Let's try to find the good because we like Xbox in this channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Our Switch Tube giveaway down below. We have the Twitter and Twitch. We'll probably live up on Twitch very soon. So if you guys are bored, want to hang out tonight, and if not, no worries, and I just appreciate y'all for watching in the first place. So let's go cover the good news before we get to the gossip. Skip ahead a few minutes if you guys like the drama. But Xbox handheld has now been leaked in the new Project Cannon. Photos from the FCC plus an Asus ROG Alloy 2 prototype with early specs. The rumored Xbox Cannon PC gaming handheld seems to have now been leaked with brand new Xbox style grips and a dedicated Xbox button. So in case you guys are curious, we've been seeing news these past few weeks and probably the past few months that Xbox will be working on a brand new PC handheld. We've also been seeing rumors that PlayStation's doing it as well, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with the PSP and PS Vita, and obviously the Switch too. So as we see all this type of stuff, it's like, cool, like we see this, good vibe. The one big issue though on all of this is that, well, people are like, is it worth buying? Is it just gonna be a Game Pass machine? I've said many times I would buy a handheld for Xbox, no problem. A mock-up of what Xbox partner handheld could look like, we believe it could be codenamed Cannon as well. So United States FCC just inadvertently leaked an Xbox's partner handheld with Asus known as Project Cannon. They covered Project Cannon a few weeks ago. We made a video on it too as well, describing how the Asus ROG Ally like PC gaming handheld sports some Xbox influence, notably in the grips, and should come with a deeper Xbox integration over its regular Asus ROG Ally counterpart. So if you guys have seen these handhelds, these are pretty reputable brands. A lot of people enjoy the Asus ROG Ally, Xbox obviously, and I do think the big functions for this will probably just be Xbox Game Pass. Make this a Game Pass machine. Life should be great. I would buy it. So the Xbox handheld is actually the next gen ROG Alloy. It's kind of like a combination hardware. There may still also be another Microsoft standalone console in the future. We were hearing rumors that there's this, and then maybe a potential purely Xbox one, and then there's also potentially a new Xbox, but that's like, I don't know. I think a lot of these are going to probably more so go towards one portable handheld device, like say imagine the Xbox Series S and having one big mainstay device. Like the Xbox Series S didn't really work that well, but Microsoft just leaked an Xbox interface mockup, which has Steam game integration, which would be huge, and first signs of dedicated Xbox interface for Windows 11 also spotted too as well. Like you guys are seeing just big updates for it. Because the FCC leaked showcase two models, which is one is the Asus ROG Alloy 2 with its white exterior over here, and then the black model is most likely the Xbox version over here too, or just slightly a little bit different Xbox branding, and it's currently being tested at Microsoft's HQ. There's even a dedicated Xbox button on the upper left side too as well, which I do believe is maybe this. I could be wrong though. I'm not really sure. There's like just kind of doing a quick glance on it, but basically there is just extra buttons for it. It's on this one too, so I'm not really super sure, but there's an X maybe, whatever. I'm not sure. But basically they're kind of saying like, hey, more on the engraving. I'm not sure. Basically, there's just a little stuff on there if you guys want to look at. But basically, they're saying this should be more on the Xbox side. This seems kind of cool. Would you guys go buy one? I think I probably would. I think I would. Like, I think at the end of the day, Game Pass really is what kind of sets them all apart. And if you can have a mobile gaming device that has Game Pass integration really easily, I think this will bolster up sales a lot. Like, I mean, if you would have told me 10 years ago Xbox turns into a pure handheld gaming company, yeah, I mean, honestly, probably wouldn't have believed you, I'll be honest. But if we have Game Pass now, the past, like, what, 7-8 years, I'd probably say, yeah, I can actually see the vision. I see the vibe of it, and it can probably actually happen out. So let me know if you guys like this. These are some big leaks. Now, we also had some pretty big news over here, too, when it comes, and there's a lot of drama with it, that Xbox multi-platform strategy leaving publishers and developers baffled. Some are no longer seeing the need to develop Xbox versions of their games. Now, I don't want to be a hater, because I like Xbox. Like, I have Game Pass currently right now. I don't have an Xbox console. I do think they've been doing the console users dirty. For PC and Game Pass, I like it. But there is a lot of hate on this. This might be the contrarian take. If you guys are Xbox users, I try my best to be as neutral as possible. But we've seen this happen. Whether it's not moving just purely on delays, but we have also seen games confirm not go and actually ever just be made on Xbox. So if it does way later. Some due to exclusivity deals, think like things like Final Fantasy, that sometimes, may end up on Xbox, and sometimes just games just never do. Or there's also games like Baldur's Gate that have like big delays, or even Black Myth Wukong, where they still can show up. Like that's where like maybe the clickbait for this would be more on their end, not on my end, but I guess maybe on mine because I'm responding to their clickbait. I don't know. Just never hate on me. I try my best, whatever. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I think you guys know the vibe I have for the channel, at least hopefully. But yeah, people are not happy with this because it just kind of goes and shows that people are kind of thinking that like they don't need to develop Xbox versions of games because it does cost a lot of money to port over games, to make games on these separate platforms, PlayStation, the Switch, etc. as well. And if you're not making the money back and you have to spend money on engineers and developers and porters and marketing and all of that, unless they kind of throw you a line, it's rough. Well, a lot of people kind of critiqued Christopher Dring. I kind of like him at the end of the day, but basically they're kind of saying over here too, is that, well, basically Xbox itself is kind of leaving certain publishers, and I can see it. They're leaving them baffled. They don't really know what they have to do. They're not trying to make an Xbox versions of their games, and especially because the Xbox isn't selling as well. Now, I think no matter what, people and developers should keep on making games on Xbox. There is a lot of users and a lot of dedicated, good, proper fans in the Xbox ecosystem. They're all good people. Like, Xbox users deserve games. Xbox users are loyal. They're good people. I like Xbox people. But the one big issue with this all is that PlayStation's such a big dominant push. So do you really want to go and spend $1 million to make potentially $5 million on Xbox when you can go and guarantee $50 million on PlayStation? These are random arbitrary numbers. Don't mind me, just as an example, because it is a gamble. Now, that's why people like Game Pass, because if you can go get a guaranteed $10 million on Game Pass and your game development costs $10 million, any single sale you get on the normal Xbox, on the PlayStation, on the Switch, on Steam, is just pure profit. So you basically guarantee that your game will not flop, because you've even had games that might even be good and then no one buys them, especially in the indie and smaller gaming categories where we've seen so many companies go bankrupt because they're not getting the sales they need. A lot of dreams have died. It sucks. So it's kind of like, well, even like on the bigger companies like an Ubisoft, they're probably gonna make an Xbox no matter what because they have the manpower and they have the brand pulling. But what about like those mid-tier games like Prince of Persia? Like, that game was a good game. It's still well known, but would that game be justified on spending money on Xbox, or is it better just to go push on Ubisoft Plus and just do PC PlayStation markets? These are conversations people have. Even still, especially probably with the Switch, because the Switch is old now. Is it worthwhile to go bring certain games that maybe don't fit the graphical standards, or maybe they're not good? Maybe think even like Hogwarts. Is it worth it to bring the Switch? No one really knew. So it's not only an Xbox issue, it's just a general multi-platform issue a lot of the times. But that's kind of where the big issues stand. They're saying like, hey man, like Microsoft, Microsoft's published games are doing good on the PS5. We're seeing some stuff at like over 1.5 million sales so far with Forza. We may cover that in a separate video, but everything is going very well on the PlayStation, even Xbox games on PlayStation, which is, everything's going great. So certain publishers and developers are reportedly baffled. From their point of view, they want the competition in the console space, and if Microsoft is releasing their games at launch on other systems, seemingly leaving their hardware behind, they don't need to create 8 Xbox versions of the game as such. They're just saying that we just have to give up on Xbox. The developers should give up on Xbox. They are giving up on Xbox. Now, as I mentioned, this is a partial clickbait. More so things like the Series S was having a lot more of delays and maybe not priorities. We have seen, this is true, we have seen some games completely skip these generations, like it has happened. So it's not full on clickbait, but a lot of people in the comment section aren't too happy. So like, hey man, making a headline with no sources isn't journalism. But as I referenced, there's a few references we even mentioned, maybe more so on the delay side, like I said, but still. And they're also kind of calling Christopher Dring, which I kind of like him in terms of like analytics, in terms of like sales wise. Maybe other hot takes, not so much sure. I'm not as most familiar with that, but like they're like dismissing this stuff too as well. But I do think this is, I mean, Xbox users are kind of thinking this. Some people are saying no one predicted this, makes sense. They're saying nothing to see here on the other guys too as well. But also there's also positives. Expedition 33 just said openly how Xbox and Game Pass help their game. And there is stuff with this. I do support this because it can bring more promotion. Or as I mentioned, guarantee a baseline income for certain game companies. And like, I think that's a win. Like, it's kind of like a gamble. A lot of making games is a gamble. So if you can have a guaranteed win, I would actually consider it to make sure my workers are getting paid and my game at least has some people playing it. I am okay with that. But some people might not be. Some people might think their game's phenomenal. They'll sell it on Steam, and if it's good, it's good. But I probably would be one of those people to make sure my company stays existing. I'd probably go on Game Pass, and I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, it's kind of like a 50-50. A lot of people are kind of calling this on out over here, but there is a little bit of validity where if you have less sales and you don't focus on the Xbox, while you still have the PC versions, which are probably really easy to port on over, say from Steam to Windows Store, I believe, I'm not sure. They'll probably still be fine, and there's more people on PC anyway, etc. PlayStation 2 on top of that, but there has been a bit of a, I guess, pushback when it comes to devs too as well. Some people are saying this seems fine. Some people are saying it's better just have Game Pass over here in the first place. Like, it really is kind of like, some people just call it clickbait too. Like, it's kind of all the place. Some people call them just Sony shills or whatever. So I don't know. I try to not be a Sony shill. The title might be, but not. But yeah, this is kind of a big issue. If everything kind of goes over to PlayStation at the end of the day, like, are people going to stop doing stuff for Xbox? And this has confirmed already happened on Xbox and the Switch already. So give me your thoughts and comments down below. Like I said, I think Xbox deserves to have games. I have seen the issues with the Series S, although I've always kind of thought it was nice that Microsoft has done it to make sure anyone who owns the console not being forgotten about. But this could be an issue later on as more people buy PlayStations or just don't want to have to go deal with publishing 2 games and spend the money on it. But I hope they always will. So if this wasn't too clickbait, don't hate me. Subscribe if you guys are new. Switch to giveaway down below, the Twitter and Twitch as well. And I appreciate y'all for watching in the first place.